rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 7:59 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Wednesday, the 7th of June, and the sun is shining very well. Some of you may realize that we have the weather now. It's called Aurora weather. We've got a daily forecast going on. So the temperature today will be 80 degrees, and tomorrow will be 80 as well. That's nice weather. So if you got shoes on, get your sandals out. Feel good about it. Have a good time. Take off the long sleeves and put on some short sleeves. We got a great show for you guys today. We have our dear friend back returning with us, Ady Rubio of the Alive Center. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Good
I'm
to
happy
see
be
you.
back.
Absolutely. Good to see you. And Laverne Matthews is here as well. Now, Laverne's name is still in the title because her brother forgot to change that when Ady walked in, but that's okay. When the camera comes on, you're going to see our dear friend Ady here. So first things first, before we get started with all of the programs, activities, and things that the Alive Center has going on, how are you and how are you feeling? How are you?
I'm feeling really excited. I have like excited butterflies right now because
Okay.
I haven't been back since 2021 on the GMA, the Good Morning Aurora podcast. It's been March 2021 was the last time I was here.
Right.
And so it's been long awaited to come back. So I'm feeling really good. I'm
Good,
excited.
good. Yeah, we're glad to have you back. I have to say that the last time we saw each other was at you guys' Mardi Gras fundraiser, and I hadn't seen you for a while before that. So this is definitely going to be a good episode. So good morning to all of you great people. The camera's on a little bit earlier these days.
Good morning.
Diego, how you feeling, big dog?
Pretty good.
Diego Cida is here, ladies and gentlemen. He works for a fantastic restaurant that I need to shout out called Bien Chingon. That's a good place. They catered a Fox Valley First National Bank of Omaha event that I went to. And I got one of the cards, and it was absolutely fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yep. So we're going to learn a lot about the Alive Center today. Summer is here now. It's really upon us. So what are just some of the activities, and how are things going on at the Alive Center right now?
Yeah, so March 31st, May 31st, we opened up for summer hours. So now we are in downtown Aurora. We're continuing to be in downtown Aurora at 78 South LaSalle Street.
Okay.
And we are there Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 1 to 5 p.m. So
Okay.
our summer hours have commenced. We're seeing a lot of youth coming back from that we haven't seen since last summer.
Mhm.
And summer is usually really busy for us. And so we're starting to see like that uptick of youth that are like wanting to find a place to hang out. And so we're open 1 to 5 those 3 days in Aurora.
Okay.
And programming is really fun this month. The calendar is out already, so I'm trying to remember all the fun things we have going on. But
We got a brochure right here, though, too.
Yes. We have our Instagram, of course, the Alive Teen Center Aurora. If you go to the Instagram, you'll see the calendar that's updated every month, and just fun activities that we have and host every time we're there. And we have camps that will be starting too in
Okay.
the summer. So we have 4 going on 5 camps this summer. So we're ready to serve.
About how many students are there during our drop-in days, the 1 through 5?
Yes. So we're averaging maybe about 10 to 15 youth a day
Okay.
that we're there. And it's vibrant. It's fun. Lots of new faces.
Right.
We saw an influx of new teens this past week, and it was wonderful being able to give them a tour. And I always feel like I come alive when I see new teens in the space because I get to share the space with them.
Right.
And I have some teens that have taken on that role of giving tours to the youth. So it's really nice when teens come in. They're unsure, they see me, I'm an adult, and
Right.
so I'm giving them a tour.
They're like, I thought this was the teen center.
It's It's way better when some of our youth give them a tour. And
Right.
so I have one teen, she's the sweetest. We actually just called her and named her the honorary manager because I'm the manager
Okay.
at the Aurora location. And she has her little badge and it says honorary manager, and she's been giving tours to youth too. And just it's wonderful.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm wondering too, as well as that, what role has social media played in that? Because I've seen, I've been following you guys for quite a while. I've seen the uptick of posting, the different type of stuff. Is social media taking its effect and grabbing those teens and pulling them in?
I'm really happy you asked that question because I have a teen that works at the Alive Aurora location who is passionate about posting on social media. And she uses Canva to create a lot of the posts that you'll see on our Aurora Instagram and Facebook page on Thursdays. So we are at the Alive Center. We're teen-led, teen-driven, which is trademarked in Illinois. And what TLTD is exactly that. It's teen-led, teen-driven. So the teens are creating their own clubs and programs. And anytime I get to ask a teen to take leadership, I'll do it. And so I asked Vienna, her name is Vienna. She's wonderful. She's a teen that just graduated actually from West Aurora High School. She has been creating the posts on our Instagram on Thursdays. And so they've been probably some of the best, most engaging posts, the ones with the most likes.
Right.
No one can do it like a teen.
Good. Yeah. Can't be done. Yeah, exactly. That's good. That's good to hear. Good to know. And that's Thursdays with that, right?
Yes. And I also want to shout out our marketing team, of course. So we have Nicole at the Aurora location that works at our hub in Naperville, and she has been creating lots of wonderful posts for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good stuff. Good morning to Jen Mendoza. She's here. She says, hello. Good. Jen Ingram is here. Good morning. Chris Decker Mendoza, Juan Cayetano, Juan from the Woodcrafters by Luz and Juan. They're a family-owned business. Do you know them?
I do.
You do?
I do, yes.
We got a lot of the same friends.
Yeah.
We do. Been discovering that. I go out, Curtis, man, you know Ady Rubio? I'd be like, I do. How do you know her? They're like, oh, man, we went to school together. Yeah, they're great people.
Yes.
Great people. So shout out to the Woodcrafters. The Farmers Market is about to start this weekend in downtown Aurora. We hope to see y'all. Well, thank you very much. And Cheryl Brownell. And happy heavenly birthday, Prince. Prince's birthday. I didn't know that.
Me neither.
Yeah. How about that? Play some Prince, all of you Prince fans out there. And Jim Mendoza says hello.
Oh,
there.
hello, Jen.
Yep.
Yes.
So I want to read. I want to read a little bit here because this is an important message that Alive has. So it's helping our youth come alive. Our inclusive and unique programs bring teens and tweens together during the critical hours after school and during the summer. Nowhere else will teens find such a range of programming designed to empower them, foster physical and emotional well-being, and inspire personal growth. As a nonprofit, our programs are mostly free of charge. The hours after school during the summer, I want to touch on that. I'm a parent. I don't think a lot of people who don't have kids understand that that's a sweet spot.
Yes.
And it has been for a long time. It's been identified by many different organizations, not only educational organizations, that the lack of engagement after school, especially if you're a latchkey kid who, right? I got a few hours before mom or dad comes home after work. That idle time can prove to be either fruitful or not so fruitful. Talk about that a little bit and how the Alive Center is helping with that.
Of course. So we are open year round. We have 3 locations.
Okay.
And so we're open year round at the Aurora location. I'll speak to the Aurora location right now. But we are in the school year, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from 3 to 6 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
And Fridays 3 to 7. And so that, like you mentioned, that is that sweet spot after school where teens can get into all sorts of things. And coming to the Alive Center, they know that that's a space that's going to be for them. There's activities for them. There's going to be people that they're going to be able to meet. And there's always food. There's activities. It's a space that has been created for youth, and it's almost, I call it a revolving door. So during those open hours, teens can come in at any point in the day that we're open.
Okay.
And so that is really helpful for parents to know too, because they may not be able to bring their kid right at, when it starts at 3 o'clock.
Right,
so
right.
They can come whenever. And And a lot of the teens that come, they'll stay the whole time.
Right.
And I notice that sometimes teens will come in because it's recommended by their parent. They'll come in, and at first they're a little shy. They're not sure if they're going to like it.
Right.
The next thing you know, they go, "Aw," when it's time to leave.
Like,
So,
oh man, what? 6 o'clock already?
And so we have our regulars that continue to come, and we survey the teens mid-year and at the end of the year just to see how the Alive Center is impacting them in a positive way. Like, how is this place helping you? And the messages that we receive from our youth, they're really, really inspiring and wonderful, and it helps us keep going.
Right. What's it been like with the schools and working with them?
It's been, I'm really grateful that we've been able to present at the West Aurora High School. So the team and I, we've been able to go to Empowered Women of the Future. It's a club at West Aurora High School.
Okay.
And we've presented to them like 3 times. And it's been wonderful being able to go in. And we've gotten some TAB members, Teen Advisory Board members, from collaborations like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would say I'd love more. There's always more opportunity.
Right. You can always be doing more.
I'd love to connect more with the schools that are walking distance from the Aurora location.
Right.
So Waldo Middle School.
Right.
Fred Rogers. I know that I don't know if Fred Rogers is walking distance.
Fred Rogers. I live by Fred Rogers. I'd ride a bike over there. That's me. Yeah. Yeah. Jump on the mongoose. Right.
Yeah. I don't know that saying, but I like it.
That used to be a bike. I know some kids are like, there's mongoose. This dude's really old, man.
Oh.
Nobody has a mongoose anymore. Well, e-bike.
Okay.
What do kids ride nowadays? My son still rides a bike.
Hoverboards.
Hoverboards.
Yeah.
They got those?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't
Oh,
know
I was
if
about to
that's
say, Back to the Future is here. What? That's the last time I saw one. Okay, but those are the close area schools.
Yes.
Okay.
They're close. And we have some teens that walk from Waldo, and so I'm just looking to connect more with the school.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
When making those connections with the schools, do the parents and I know that you guys have done more on social media like we talked about. Do the parents ever want to get involved in Alive? And is there any way for a parent to be involved? Like, can a parent perhaps join an advisory board or anything like that? I know it's TLTD.
Yes, but there is opportunity for adults to get involved too.
Okay.
And so that's a really great question. And I want to backtrack too and mention that in the schools, we also have a really wonderful connection with Ileana with District 131. So
Ileana Nunez.
Yes,
shout out.
Shout out to her. I love her. Yep. So shout out to her. But parents, adults can get involved with the Alive Center. So we have opportunity for parents to become volunteers.
Okay.
So I always say, like, the teen space is a space for teens.
Right.
So, of course, they want it to stay that way. And
right.
If a parent were to volunteer, I mean, teens
won't come. Like, oh, Mom, you're here now.
But there is opportunity. I've had parents volunteer and help share their talents with our teen leads. An example of this is a couple semesters ago, we had a special effects makeup club.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, we had mentioned we were going to
absolutely.
You over. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
She's bringing it back this upcoming fall.
Okay.
So keep an eye out for SFX.
Yep.
But one of our parents whose teens come to the Alive Center consistently and often, her name is Nicole Astra.
Okay. Yep,
Shout
absolutely. Shout out to Nicole Astra.
Yeah.
Yep. Moxie Vox.
Yes. And so she came in and volunteered her time and talent to the SFX Makeup Club. So she was showing everyone how to do, stitches, and especially our teen lead, because we want our leads to be the ones exactly that leading.
Yeah.
But Nicole was able to share those talents with our teen lead, Anissa, and she, flourished. Later on, she was actually invited by Nicole to a movie set. I'm not sure what town it was in, but it was awesome. And Anissa was able to go and share her skills with the actors on the movie set.
Very
so
cool.
She made them up.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
The time is 8:13 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, Saul Olivas is here. Good morning, Saul. Cheryl Brownell. Good morning to you, Cheryl and Craig. Ady Rubio is a ray of light in Aurora. Aw, that's nice.
That's so sweet. Thank
Jen
you.
Ingram said that. Shout out to Jen Ingram.
Thank you, Jen.
Matthew Orr, good morning. Jennifer Ryan Maiden and Norma Peterson. They should connect with me about our Lead Her group. Are you familiar with the Lead Her
No.
group? WESOS, Women Entrepreneurs, Secret of Success.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jen Mendoza's group. So Jen put her email in the chat. I'll write it down for you.
Thank you, Jen.
And Colleen Berry Putton, good morning to you as well. So the time is 8:13. We're gonna go to Diego real quick for some quick news. And actually, here's what else we're gonna do. Diego, you ready? So after this, it's all you, brother. New sounds. Cynthia Fantasy Clark, good morning to you. All right. Time is 8:13.
Oh, me?
Yeah, that's all you.
Okay, I thought
You're
that
good,
was-
brother.
I'm like you. Okay, so Juneteenth, Freedom Heritage, celebrating 2023. It's at Dr. Martin Luther King Park, located in Francisville Avenue at Grand Boulevard, Saturday, June 17th, 2023, at 3:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. There will be music, live entertainment, African American history tribute, poetry, storytelling, food, craft, vendors, chess tournament, dance contest, bingo, games, prizes, cakewalk, double dutch, and basketball tournament.
All right. That sounds really good.
There's a community fest. Join us for family-friendly vendors and community fest resource market held in conjunction in the Aurora Pride Parade. Our market events host 20+ artists, vendors, information booths, crafts, music, and more. It will be Sunday, June 11, 2023, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Water Street Mall in Aurora, Illinois.
Thank you very much for that. Diego Cida. That's his name. His name is Diego Cida. He's a recent graduate from West Aurora High School. This is what's interesting about the show. We've had more Tomcats than Blackhawks, but every Blackhawk we've had on the show has made quite the impression. So shout out to the Blackhawks. It's a West Aurora day today. I guess we'll give them a little bit of love. You know what? Yeah.
How do I know?
Okay. So Jim Mendoza says Lead Her is the group she started with the Aurora Regional Chamber of Commerce. So it's a really good group. Now, I want to talk about the pillars of the Alive Center. Our pillars: discovery, a supportive and creative environment for teens to uncover their unique gifts, talents, and voice. Resiliency, a safe and inviting space for teens to build strong coping skills through experience. Leadership, a space for teens to take appropriate risks and unveil the leader within. And belonging, an inclusive place for teens to connect with each other. Now, I'm going to stick with the belonging part, because here's what this, and so Laverne and I were talking about this before we started. You know, when you're young, when you're, 5th grade, 6th grade, you're developing who you're going to be, right? You got interests and likes, but are they cool? Are your interests and likes supported? And a lot of times, a lot of kids have the desire, but they just don't get involved because there's not that environment where everybody's like, well, you just try it, whatever the case may be. And life starts to judge you and put pressure on you and want you to check the box, and you got to look like this, and you got to have your I dotted. Life starts doing that to you really early.
Yes.
And because kids don't have that freedom to let their wings kind of expand, flap, maybe work, maybe not, a lot of them become jaded early in life. And I like the fact that there's a belonging aspect to the Alive Center. When you guys invited me to come in and talk about my life story and everything like that, like I was happy because nobody asked me that in my life.
Yeah.
That really made me feel good. And it was really cool to have these kids ask me, like, how did you feel when you threw up on the boat? You know, like that was really, right? Like, wow, somebody cares. Like,
Yes.
talk about the belonging aspect, and also talk about how you feel in that, doing what you do and being a part of it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite pillars, and it's one of the pillars that you see when you come into teen drop-in.
Right.
When a teen comes in for the first time, I've built a culture at the Alive Aurora location where anytime a new person comes in, I'll go into all the other rooms with where our regulars are, our teens are, and I'll say, okay, everyone, we've got a new teen in the space.
Right.
Make sure you say hello, introduce yourself, invite them to play a game. And my teens know that. I'll say that to them every time that I have a new teen come in. And so the teens have done exactly that because we're building that culture of belonging.
Right.
Teens now will say hello to new teens that come into the space, and they're very friendly. They'll wave and say hello, and that feels so good coming into a space that you've never been in before.
Right.
And then the really wonderful thing as well is that we have our teen-led, teen-driven programs. And there may be a teen that maybe wanted to dabble into, let's say, I don't know, again, SFX. I'll just talk about that one. A teen that wants to try that, and they'll see that there's a program with us that is exactly that, and they'll jump in, they'll try. And then next thing you know, there's other people that also wanted to try it and are interested. And then they create a community. Like they become really good friends. We have several programs like that, not only in Aurora, but in Naperville, in Hanover Park, that we've seen teens. You'll ask them, where did you meet your best friend? Where did you meet each other? And they'll say, here at Alive.
Right.
And that, it just feels so beautiful. You asked me how I feel about it. I feel wonderful being able to create a space like that and hold a space like that for teens to come in and make friends, connection.
Yep.
I have a teen that actually told me the other day that she leaves her phone at home when she comes to the Alive location, the Aurora location.
Now that is an achievement.
That was
shout
success.
out. That shout out.
That felt good to hear.
Right. Parents, did y'all hear that? Like, I'm signing my kid up today. What? What's that number again, Curtis? We got the number for you at the end. Tracy Duran is here. Good morning. You're a AU grad. You know, after having met you and seen you, I can't imagine you doing anything else. I couldn't, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just me.
No,
I couldn't imagine you doing anything else, because every time I've seen you in the space more than like I've seen you out and about in public at a couple of great events in the city. First Friday, I think I saw you once upon a time. But every time I see you, you're in your element, and it's obvious that you're a person who's doing what you were called to do. Is that a fair statement?
That feels very fair. Thank you for saying that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've thought that too. Like I feel like I'm in the right place right now.
Right.
This is what I'm meant to do right now, is serve the youth of Aurora and to be involved in my community. It's the most fulfilling thing. So if anyone can find what fulfills them and makes them feel whole, I mean, do
right.
that.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
The time is 8:21. What does what does the Alive Center need? What do you guys need, and how can we and the people watching help you?
That's a beautiful question. I would say time, talent, gift, treasure.
Okay. Okay.
I always refer back to that, that saying, time. So if anyone wants to volunteer their time with us and help support us during our summer hours, which are our busiest time of the year, and give back to youth and to the community, we can get them signed up to be volunteers.
Okay.
Talent, if somebody wants to come in and share their gifts and talents with one of our teen leads, and come in and, like Nicole, share her SFX skills.
Right.
Or even you, Curtis, come in and inspire our teen advisory board with your story of how you started this beautiful, community that you've created. Share your talents with us. We have a teen advisory board that just was formed. We've had it, but now we have 10 teen advisory board members.
10.
Yikes.
Wow.
When we came on in 2021, we had 0, and now we have 10.
Wow.
So it's a really wonderful accomplishment to be able to, again, hold a space for high school students to come in and create their own clubs and programs.
Right.
But yeah, come in and share your gifts and talents with us. And then treasure. So if anyone is open and willing to, help us connect with somebody that's willing to fund, the programming that we do, our ATI, Alive Teen Initiated programs, I would love to connect with them and connect them with our wonderful Laverne, and we can see what we can make happen.
Absolutely. And where's the Alive Aurora location at for folks?
Yes. So the Alive Aurora location is at 78 South LaSalle Street.
78 South LaSalle Street.
It's in downtown Aurora, and it's right across the street from a really sweet tea room, the Cali Lily Tea Room, and on the other side there's Tacos Durango. So
that's
we're right there.
That's right, with the big tacos.
Yes.
The big, huge ones.
They are really big.
They are swollen. Those tacos look like a bee stung them. They're some good tacos. Yeah. 78 South South Street. That's also known as Auto Row.
That's right.
Historically, Auto Row, because all the buildings, fun fact for all of you Aurora folks, all the buildings on that street, they used to be car dealerships way back in the day, and they had, some of them had underground elevators to lift up showrooms. They were all showrooms.
Yes.
And Crystal House is across the street from you guys too. So Elias, good morning to you, Elias.
That's right.
Yeah. I was there with Monica at the pet parade.
Yeah, 6 months
Is that happening
ago.
this year?
So that's not in the works for this year.
Okay.
But I do remember that was 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And I this morning I wanted to see when the last time I was here, and I saw the video on YouTube of
Yes.
you went with Monica and recorded the dogs and just what we had set up. So thank you for going.
Oh yeah, that was a really good time, and it allowed us to take the camera out and get some on the street footage. That was a really good time. So I'm gonna go to a commercial because I'm gonna deliver a little piece of news here. Then I'm gonna pass it to Diego and shout out what is going on here in the city. Before we get to that, though, Ady is an inspiration to young and old alike. Keep up the great work. Yeah, that's true. Norma Peterson, good morning to you, Norma. Visual Arts, shout out. And Mike Rayford says, good morning, Jen. I just sent you an email about the event tomorrow. Let me know what you think. People are connecting inside of the chat. I love that. Jonathan Rosenthal's here. Good morning, folks. And Josie Mendoza Geller says that you are doing good things for Aurora youth. So thank you very much for that, Josie. We are just as proud of our dear friend Ady Rubio as you are. All right, here's the news, ladies and gentlemen. I got something to tell you about. There's a grand opening taking place this Friday. It's for Aura, Holistic and Metaphysical Wellness. Massage specials, facial specials, a meditation room, retail and gift shop for crystals, candles, skincare, and more. The ribbon cutting is going to be at 1 p.m., and it's going to be at 1242 North Eola Road. Aura, Holistic and Metaphysical Wellness. How are your chakras? Are everybody's chakras aligned? I just learned what chakras were, so that's why I'm using that.
I think I need to get like a little lesson on how to align
right.
chakras. I'm
right.
not sure.
Sometimes one of them's off and you can feel it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I got a lot of sleep, but
I know what it's like to feel off. But so that must mean that the chakras are off.
The next thing I tell you guys about is the 16th annual Health Fair, Health and Wellness Matters. The Aurora African American Health Coalition is presenting this. This event is free, open to the public, starts at 7:30 a.m. It's going to be at the Pricso Center, June 10th. So that's Saturday, I think it's Saturday, yeah. At 150 West Illinois Avenue. It's going to go from 7:30 a.m. to noon. No cost health screenings, immunizations, vaccines, vendors, activities for children, giveaways, and healthy snacks. And you can sign up for a free screening. Go to empower.health.com. And many great sponsors, including Jewel Osco, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Ascension, Health Choice Illinois, and Kane County Health Department. That's a humdinger. Diego,
Yes.
take it away, young man, and hit us up.
There's free glucose testing every Wednesday, which is today at 8
Ooh.
to 10 a.m. Free
Ooh.
blood sugar screening available from 8 to 10 p.m. Wednesdays on a first-come, first-served basis at Rush Copley. If you need monitoring your blood sugar, please stop by. For more information, call 630-898-3649.
All right. Thank you very much. How's your glucose doing, ladies and gentlemen? Right?
That's a good question. The other
I don't
day,
even know how mine is.
I asked my mom to take mine the other day. It runs into the family, so I was a little paranoid. I was like, I'm really tired. maybe it's my sugar.
Right.
I'm fine. It wasn't that, but oh my gosh.
Right.
It's good to check.
Okay. And then was there any more, Diego? Was there anything else?
Oh, yeah. This
Focus on this. Okay, thank you.
There's a summer program from Job Readiness Leadership, a new convent, full gospel church, 1029 Kane Street, Aurora, Illinois, 60505. Start date, June 13, 2023. Time from 9 a.m., 12 p.m., Tuesdays through Thursdays.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Jen Ingram says the car elevators are still in some of the buildings. And a great person is here, a person that I like a whole lot. This person is one of the most dynamic people in the entire city of Aurora. Her name is Zaira Chavez. Zaira Chavez, good morning to you as well. Zaira Chavez came to our 3-year anniversary party, and I met her for the first time.
Fantastic.
She's been in the chat forever, saying hi, and you know how it is, right? You see people in the chat, but you don't know who they are in real life because the Facebook picture is only so big.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, is that Zaira Chavez? I don't know who that is. And then she was like, hey, it's me, Zaira Chavez from the chat. I was like, oh, snap. How you doing?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good one. So shout out to Candace Henning, Alive founder and CEO. She gave a great, there's a great quote here on you guys' most recent brochure. I want to read this because this was something that was shown at the Mardi Gras fundraiser. It was shown in slides, the impact that the Alive Center has on youth by age and everything. So anyway, the key to addressing the rising rates of teen suicide, anxiety, and depression is connection. All teens are welcome at Alive. We strive to provide them with a safe space to belong and connect while discovering who they are. Very important.
Yes.
Very important. When did Alive open its doors? 2020?
So back to the Naperville location, I believe it opened its doors in 2016, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
So that was Naperville. And then Aurora opened up its doors in 2021. We opened up for soft tours. So we had families come in January of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And then we officially opened for teen drop-in February 2021.
Okay.
So January soft tours, February open for drop-in. And yeah, it's been a journey since then. So that's the Aurora location. And HP is our newest location, Hanover Park. And that was 1 year ago.
Wow. It's been a year for Hanover Park already.
Yeah.
Wow. That year went fast.
It did. It went very fast.
What's your favorite club at Alive?
My favorite club. I feel I have
Maybe
a hard
this
time
wasn't the
being
right
biased.
answer to ask Ady.
They're all really beautiful and unique,
Right.
right? I'm always going to say that because it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite that I saw in the past season was Dare to Be Rare Girl Empowerment Club.
I like that one.
I love to see the teen leads do their thing with that one.
Right.
They had their final meeting not that long ago in May, and the teens consistently attended that program.
Mm-hmm.
The teen girls. They came and they loved that program, and it was wonderful to watch. And it's supported by the Aurora Women Empowerment Foundation.
AWEF.
So
shout out.
Thank you to AWEF. But definitely Dare to Be Rare. They did a fantastic job. Yeah, the teens love that one.
Yeah. That's also the one where Representative Hernandez taught girls how to make cupcakes.
Yes.
Was that it?
Well, actually, Representative Hernandez wanted to be a baker at one point.
Right.
Before she became a politician.
That's what it was.
Yeah, and she brought some of her baking to the center, and she talked about, pursuing your dreams and going for it. And it was a great event.
Heck of a resume, right? What do you do for it? Well, check my resume. I make cupcakes and I do legislation. Like, oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
So the Alive Center is a place. Just show up is one of the great slogans down there. I hope that as many parents, we've had people ask us about the Alive Center and where it's at. So I try very much to let people know that you guys are around and alive and everything. Ting. But I would like to, I was talking to Laverne about it. I'd like to take a tour of Naperville and HP and see some of the other ones too, because I like how far the mission has grown since its inception.
Yeah.
I really do. You guys have come leaps and bounds.
We would love to have you.
Yeah, leaps and bounds.
Thank you.
the next thing I kind of want to talk about is some of the messages that were delivered at the Mardi Gras fundraiser. There were speeches given, which if you were not there, you really, I wouldn't even try to recreate the impact that they gave. But Diana was one of the speakers. And she mentioned being a second generation?
First generation.
First generation.
Yeah, first generation.
Okay. What's that like for a family, for a youngster who is first generation trying to find their way and being young? Talk about that a little bit.
Yes, I was first generation too, so I can really speak on this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Diana's story, she is much younger than I. I'm older now. Yeah. I'm going to be 30 this Monday, so I'm like coping. But it's
That's why them chakras are off, right?
No, it's a privilege to get older. But I heard Diana's story in her speech, and she read it to me before the actual Mardi Gras day. And I related to a lot of what she was saying, even though I am many generations different from her. I still relate to the experience that our first generation students have.
Right.
So it's the same across the board for many first generation, where they're having to figure out the world of scholarships, the world of financial aid, everything when it comes to going to college. The school system in America, everything they're having to figure out, and their parents may not have had the opportunity to, go to, even past a certain grade.
Right.
And so it was really amazing to hear her share the impact that the Alive Center has had on her and how it has helped her to come out of her shell and to just connect with others. And so I think it's really helpful for students of all walks of life to come to the Alive Center because there's something there for everyone.
Right. Yeah. Very well said. Very well said. Daniel Calderon is here. Good morning to you, Daniel. And real quick, Tracy Duran gave us another important piece of information. Let me read this real quick. There's a Aurora Regional Fire Museum, second Tuesday, free day of the summer from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. As you explore the museum, make sure to visit the friends from IMSA, Illinois Mathematics and Science Academy, official site, and dobroskills.net to take advantage of their hands-on activities for children and adults. And the second Tuesday free days are sponsored by Invest Aurora. There's a whole lot of stuff going on for young people out there. And as a parent, look, man, get them involved. Get them involved. An idle mind is not a good place to be. Rosail. Oh my gosh, hold up. Let's try that again. Rosa Isela Nanez. Good morning. And Daniel Calderon. I get so upset when I mess up somebody's name. I don't want to do that. I try to do it right all the time. And Josie says Lebanon Kids Reunion on Saturday, June 10th, 10 a.m., Lebanon Park, games, food, and reminiscing. And we have a question from Michael Rayford. Do you have college planning workshops at the Alive Center?
More to come.
Okay.
There's not anything currently that actually, can you put
Scratch it up?
Scratch it up.
Oh, girl, you are part of it. That's right.
So we have a partnership with Light Leaders.
Right.
So LITE, Leaders in Transformational Education. And Adriana is at the center every Monday.
Okay.
At the Aurora location, and she is a wonderful mentor. So if a teen needs access to scholarships or needs to learn how to build a resume or opportunities past high school, she's your gal.
Very cool.
Adriana Francois.
All right, Adriana Francois. Very cool. Very good to know. Okay, so the next thing, time is 8:37 a.m. What does the let's talk about the future. What's the next 3 to 5 years look like for the Alive Center in Aurora?
I would love our own brick and mortar, our own space.
Okay.
With a big sign out at the front.
Alive. Right.
Yeah. And a big studio where teens can run around in and all the things. I'm grateful to Community Christian Church for allowing us to have that space. Since 2021, teens have been filling up that space. 3 years from now, I would love to have a building.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody out there has any buildings in their pocket, let us know about it, man. Pass the information on. Put it in the chat or send us a email if there's any way that you can help out the Alive Center. We'd really like to see that happen.
Yeah. One more. So
yeah,
we're also
absolutely. Sure
looking.
thing.
We're also looking to franchise and continue to open up teen centers. Teens need a space like this. So
Absolutely.
everywhere. California, Florida. We'll see.
Oh, that would be, man,
Can
what?
you imagine?
Maybe I could go back to San Diego and check it out. Curtis, you ever been? Oh, here we are.
We'll start wherever.
Yep. I got a
land.
question. Who was responsible for the fun games that were at the table game? Who was that?
Our teens are the ones that created that.
Really?
Yeah, it was our STEM committee in the Naperville location.
Wow.
And they did an activity. They asked all of us to make a tower out of index cards.
Yes.
And I should have looked around to the other tables to see how we were struggling.
Yeah, my table struggled too. My table definitely struggled too. But that's who's making those.
Table.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were. It was tough. You know what was funny about it? Because I was the MC, so I get there and I needed something to write on, and I'm like, there's a stack of note cards here. I was like, perfect. So I start writing on the note cards, right? And I took like 5. So our table was 5 short. Sorry, yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna tell nobody. So I'm up there reading, and that's when it dawned on me that these were for the table games. So I used 2, so I brought the other 3 back there, and you think that you can do, it's very difficult. It is not easy. And the year before, it was spaghetti with marshmallows, and you had to build the tallest structure out of marshmallows and spaghetti.
That's right. Yeah.
Super difficult.
Yeah, but it's so fun because it gets all the adults up and having a fun time with each other, and they get to see kind of some of the activities that our teens will do for our youth, or like present to our youth.
Right.
Yeah.
That was very cool. Good stuff. Okay. Alive's teen initiated programs. For all of you parents out there looking for something to get your kids involved in, check this out. There's the mentoring program, STEM clubs such as coding club, robotics, reach for the stars, building bridges, and so many more. Free tutoring, Dungeons and Dragons, open mic nights, teen service clubs. We talked about Dare to Be Real, the Girls Empowerment Club. Alive Media Group, and Alive with Pride, every subject, K through 12. Dungeons and Dragons. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Do you play?
D&D. I don't play D&D. I wouldn't even know. Well, you know what? I tried once. One of our teens in Aurora had a club, D&D, for one whole semester. And I was, I think, an elf.
Okay.
I tried, but it's such a deep world. Like, there's so many layers.
Yes.
And coming in fresh, it honestly, kudos to anyone that plays and gets super into it. It's it's amazing.
Right.
The layers of storytelling.
And they take it seriously.
Yes.
It's like real serious. Some of them got their own little thing that they have out there. It's something else. Now there is also the youth advisory, Youth Advisory Committee. Talk about that.
Yes, the Youth Advisory Board.
Yes. That's right.
And then there's also the Youth Advisory Committee. So there's 2 separate. The Youth Advisory Committee is through the Office of Representative Hernandez, and they meet on Mondays at the Aurora location on the 4th Monday of the month. This summer they're taking a break, but it is a committee that meets and they create bills, and they talk about, problems and issues in their community and different bills that they could create and pass. And so that's separate from the Youth Advisory Board, which is with the Alive Center. So, but still, shout out to the Office of Representative Hernandez. Youth need to get involved with her office if they haven't. It's an amazing opportunity.
What's some of the ideas they've come up with?
I think they had a big influence on mental health days.
Okay.
In schools. And then they also had an influence on a lot of the badges at West Aurora High School. On the back, it has the suicide hotline.
Right.
So now it's on every badge that they check in with.
Right.
So they've had wonderful ideas like that
Very
have
cool.
helped it's come to fruition.
Valerie Trainham is here. Good morning, Valerie. Valerie, you won free coffee from Java Plus. So I'll send you a message after this because we owe you a free coffee coupon. Maybe you can meet with Brett, and Brett can give you the coffee coupon. One day, I just belted out the most random 18 seconds of a old song, and Valerie knew exactly what it was. It was Louis Jordan and the Timpani 5, Beans and Cornbread, and I like hummed it. And I was scared when she was like Beans and Cornbread. I was like, is she here? Like, who is?
She much deserved of winning.
Yeah. She won that with authority.
Yeah.
So now, Tracy Duran says it'd be awesome if the Alive Center could acquire the old post office, formerly SciTech, and that's what Michael Rafer said, the former sci-fi minister, to turn it into a fantastic space. Lord, if y'all could, what?
I just looked at Laverne.
What? SciTech?
Yeah. How?
Who do we got to talk to?
I don't know.
How do I know?
Who do we got to talk to get that? That would be something.
It'd be something for sure.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
You know, there's that big, there's like a patio in the back of it. I think they used to do observation there with telescopes once upon a time with kids and everything.
Yes.
Have you been inside? Were you ever been SciTech?
I have. When I was younger, I went and they had that tornado on the inside. It was like a simulation of a tornado.
Okay.
And I remember as a kid being fascinated by
Yeah.
that. And
We got some smart listeners on the show. Thank you guys for that very much. That's a good idea. We'll see what we can do. We'll see who we got to talk to.
yes.
You know, people watch Good Morning Aurora nowadays. I'm proud of that. But if you ever see a Live Center in SciTech, if that does come to fruition, I want you all to remember that that idea was birthed here with Ady Rubio on this show. I don't want nobody saying, yeah, I was thinking about it the whole time. No, you weren't. The time is 8:44. So we've talked about your history with the Alive Center. We've talked about what's going on currently. We've even talked about the plans for the future, prospects, and what we want to do and where we want the Alive Center to go. At the moment, like at the present, how can they make donations to you guys? And what's the website?
Yes. So the website is alivecenter.org.
Okay.
And there's a tab there for the Aurora location if you want more details on Aurora.
Okay.
But the website is the best, I would say the best place to visit when it comes to donations.
Okay, livecenter.org. Brett, if you'd be so kind, young man. Oh, your phone's in the car. That's right. What a day to ask that question. Diego, can you put that in the chat, please? Alivecenter.org.
Facebook.
Oh, Diego doesn't have Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm going to scratch it up forever today. This is insane.
I'm about to jump in there.
Okay, thank you very much. It's the first time I ever had to ask the guests to put their own link in the chat. I feel, well, it's a family show. That's why we're doing it. Okay. So Alive is one of the first teen centers in the country to support both privileged and at-risk as well as junior and senior high schoolers through unique peer mentoring, teen-led, teen-driven model. That stuck out to me because, it says both privileged and at-risk. Typically, especially in my life, I'm older than everybody, there was private school and private classes, private gifted classes, where perhaps your parents' income could determine if you went there or not. And then there was, even in the title, it would say at-risk camp, right? So where if you're young, you're going to this center that says at risk as you walk in.
Yeah.
I feel that has been such a thing for so long that I feel like that's what's caused, if not, maybe not caused. When you name the place where kids go, they feel like they're at risk. When you name it that.
I hear you.
And I feel like for such a long time, the lack of compassion in education is what has not caused. It's what's been contributing to kids not feeling like going. I mean, who wants to go to a place that's called at risk?
Mm-hmm.
You stamp my paper. You know what I'm saying?
It's labeling them before they even
That's what it is.
understand
Yeah.
necessarily what that is.
And I'm glad that the Alive Center doesn't do that.
Yeah.
And instead they label courses and classes and programs.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't ask kids what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get the chance, when a young person can be like, hey, I'm in charge. I'm the captain of this boat. That's a very empowering feeling.
Yes.
That's a very empowering feeling. It reminds me of a young man who was our intern, Gabriel Bradford. Let's talk about Gabriel Bradford, please. What do you like most about Gabriel Bradford? Chop it about Gabriel.
I have never met a teen like Gabriel Bradford.
Yeah.
Yeah, that young man is wise beyond his years.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful youth to work with. We were really lucky to meet him in January 2021 when he came in for the soft tours with his mom.
Really?
And when I first met him, I thought he was, he presents as an older individual than he is inside, by age.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he told me he was 16, I was like, wow, this is, you're really, you're something.
Yep.
And Gabriel has been with us up until May 31st, I think.
Yep.
No, actually, recently, early June. He
Okay.
just wrapped up.
Yeah.
But he was with the Alive Center for 2 years. Now he has been graduated and he's going to be going to Thailand for a year. Amazing youth to work with. He's been a champion in the community for the Alive Center and shares that we are there to serve and ready to serve with everyone.
Yeah.
Like I've been so grateful to work with a youth like Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel was he really made a strong impact. He would come to the studio, and everybody I was ever around who met Gabriel Bradford, they thought he was older. They would be like, yo, Curtis, how old is that kid? I'm like, he's like 16, 17.
Yeah, he's 18 now.
Yeah, he's 18 now. Talk about somebody who hasn't aged, right?
Yeah. He's fantastic.
Yeah. No, but he was a great addition to the team. And I'm really glad that I met Gabriel because it's been interesting for me to be able to talk to and meet young kids who have that passion and they're driven and self-motivated. And Gabriel Bradford he fit the Alive Center very well, and the Alive Center fit him very well.
Yes.
There will never be another Gabriel Bradford, that's for sure.
No. It was a wonderful puzzle piece that we just connected so well.
Yeah.
And he had programs at the Aurora location, culinary club, service club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job.
He did. Time is 8:51 a.m. J.L. Harris is here. He says, top of the morning. Well, right back at you, dear brother. Right back at you. Hold on, I'm running the camera with my own hands here. Feels pretty good. Norma Peterson says, Gabriel is an amazing young man. That is correct. And the Alive Center is in the chat. Thank you guys very, very much for that. So the time is 8:51. Josue Pais says, D&D. Let's make it happen for getting you guys into that space. We have look, we can do some amazing things, y'all, but we don't have that kind of pull yet, We can't make that happen. All we do is news right now. And Donna Thill is here as well. Good morning. So with the little bit of time that we have left, I want to kind of just shout out some of the other big people who make the Alive Center run. Laverne Matthews, definitely. Is doing a fantastic job. Got to meet Laverne at the Mardi Gras fundraiser, and we connected very well. Gave her my card, so I look forward to helping support in any kind of fashion that we can. Candace Henning as well. Candace has been such a great inspiration and a nice person to meet and get involved with. Who else?
Oh my gosh, the whole team. Who else are we shouting at here? Anyone that's have been open and willing to partner, to help the Alive Center continue to flourish in the Aurora community. The Aurora Public Library, our community police officer, Officer Martinez, like anyone that has helped to uplift this mission, I want to shout them out. So thank you to them.
Yep,
Yeah,
very much so.
Yeah, everyone.
There's so many.
There's so many. Our team has continued to grow, and we are just out here.
Right.
Out here sharing the mission.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The time is 8:53 a.m. Did we get everything? Did we get everything? I think we did.
I think
right?
we did. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the number for folks to call?
The number. Ooh, the number. Not off the top of my head. I don't have it memorized at this moment, but if you go to our Facebook page,
excellent pivot,
it's on
right?
there.
Well, the Alive Center is on Facebook. You guys are on Instagram as well. Do you have a TikTok?
No TikTok right now.
Not yet, right?
Not yet, but we are gonna, now that we have a larger teen advisory board, I'm going to talk to our president about creating a media group.
Okay.
And someone will own TikTok, because that is the place to be.
That is. Yep.
Yeah.
Young people can do TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a lot to do one of those videos.
Yes.
I just don't have the time to do all that. I tried to make a TikTok, and 4 minutes into it, emails. Okay. The time is 8:54 a.m., ladies and gentlemen. This was a great conversation with our dear friend Ady Rubio of the Alive Center. 58 South LaSalle.
78
South LaSalle
Street.
In Aurora, downtown. That's on Auto Row. It's a beautiful place. When you walk in, there's also a theater in there too, with some theater seating.
Yes.
That's really nice. And if you go there, ask Ady for a tour, please. If you haven't been, take your kids, ride bikes around there. It's really good. In the summertime, when they have some events, the whole street is lined up for them. You will hear and see everything from the Alive Teen Center on our Facebook and Instagram. We use our social media to share the message of the Alive Teen Center all the time. We're friends, we're fans, and we support them wholeheartedly.
Thank you.
The show ends on a positive note, Ady. What is your message today for the people of Aurora?
I would say go out and enjoy this beautiful weather,
Yes.
and to remember that life is a bird song, and to focus in on those things that we are grateful for.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said. Because there's a lot to be grateful for. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. This was just on a personal level, I'll tell you this was just the kind of interview that I needed today, this morning. So I really appreciate it. I'm glad to share what you guys do. You guys are awesome friends, and you have been. And again, I appreciate you letting me MC that event. That really meant a lot to me. You know, that was a dream come true. So I appreciate that.
Aurora was in the house.
We were in the house. And I'm glad y'all make me. I was so nervous. God, I was so nervous.
I could not tell.
Thank you very much. I wore it well that night. Ain't that right, Laverne? She was like, "You did great." I was like, "Well, thank you." Guys, be blessed. And as always, take care of yourself and each other.